James DeGale will apparently be getting $3.5 million for his IBF world title defense against Lucian Bute in Canada. Now, in the United States, it's common practice in a lot of these big fights, particularly these Al Haymon fights I've noticed. But also I've seen it happen in top rank fights and others. It's fairly common practice for the fight purses to be publicly announced. They don't seem to hide it. They publicly announce it. Now, the fight purses which they announce, in my experience, tend to be the basic purse. A lot of the time, the fighters end up getting quite a lot more than is publicly announced. But that's the basic baseline purse which they announce. Now, obviously, there's a lot of deductions to come off that fight purse with manager, promoter, trainer, training fees, etc., all having to be covered by the purse. But anyway, James DeGale supposed to be getting $3.5 million. That's about 2.2 million pounds, 2.3, somewhere around there. That's good money for a guy who's a newly crowned IBF champion who doesn't really have a massive fan base. James DeGale is very happy with the amount of money he's getting now since he signed to Al Haymon. Now, I say all that to say this. In the UK, they do not announce the fight purses. Eddie Hearn has been asked about that, why you don't announce the purses, and he doesn't really give a straightforward answer. But I can only assume that Eddie Hearn is worried about announcing his fight purses, because that would then open the door for other promoters to offer their, his fighters more and poach them more easily. And when you look at Kell Brook, now, again, I don't know what Kell Brook is making. I'm just going off the rumor mill. So take it or leave it. This is just rumors with regards to Kell Brook's purse. So you take this or leave it. But the rumors are that Kell Brook is not even making £1 million a fight. And there is a lot more work that's been put into Kell Brook in terms of building him as a brand than has been put into James DeGale. Kell Brook's been champion for longer, and he's had a much bigger push promotionally in the UK. Now, so for him to be making significantly less than a guy like James DeGale, if indeed Kell Brook is not making $1 million a fight, for him to be making significantly less than James DeGale, that's obviously a problem. And if Brook knows, Brook must have seen the fight purse which James DeGale's apparently getting. He must have seen that, the tweets on social media and whatnot. And if he's getting significantly less than that, how must he be feeling about that? He must be looking at Eddie Hearn and thinking, hang on a minute. If you can't get me as much as DeGale or more, maybe I need to sign to Al Haymon. And I'm sure there's tension at the moment, in fact, maybe unspoken tension between Eddie Hearn and Kell Brook when he sees things like that. Because for all the hard work you're putting in, you want to be rewarded for it. And Eddie Hearn seems hell-bent on building Kell Brook as a pay-per-view star in the UK. He seems very adverse to sending Brook over to the States again anytime soon. He did it with the Sean Porter fight, obviously, but they had something big to gain from that. Since he's won the IBF title, he seems like he wants to keep Brook in the UK for the foreseeable future. And we've obviously just had this fiasco with the cancelled or the postponed fight with Diego Chavez, apparently on a rib injury, which very few people seem to be buying, myself included. And because we were going to get Brook Chavez on normal Sky, it wasn't going to be pay-per-view because of the fact that the Fury Klitschko fight was postponed from the October date to a date in late November. So for a brief period, we thought we were going to get the Brook Chavez fight on normal Sky for people in the UK, they wouldn't have to pay box office. All of a sudden, this rib injury comes up, and now I'm sure you all know that Brook Chavez is almost certainly going to be on the December 12th card as the headline fight alongside Anthony Joshua and Dylan White and whatnot. So if that was a fake injury, was it done to maybe boost up Kell Brook's fight purse by putting him on the December show maybe? Have Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn had that discussion? Have they had that talk? Have they had that sit down and Kell Brook said, look, yeah, you were going to pay me this much, but I know James DeGale's getting X amount. What's up with that? I need more money. So Eddie Hearn said, all right, you're going to have to pull a rib injury. We'll put you on the December 12th card. It'll be pay-per-view and everything will be all right. Again, I'm talking hypothetically. Don't sue me, Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. I'm just putting in an idea out there, a theory out there. That's all. So drop your comments below, people. If you've got any information about Kell Brook's fight purses, maybe he's on more than 1 million. Maybe he's on less, significantly less. I know for the Sean Porter fight, because that was in the States, I believe Kell Brook earned 200 grand in American money. So that's around, what, 1.2 million pounds or 1.3 million pounds, something like that. But that was as a challenger for the IBF title. As a champion, he's definitely going to be earning more than, 100,000, about 130,000 or something like that. I'm thinking about millions. No, in UK money, $200,000 in UK money is probably like 130,000 pounds or something like that. So drop them below, people. Let me know what you think about everything I talked about. It's happening. I'm out.